Well, first of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find.
While we knew it was never the legal process that was going to bring our friend home, today's verdict is a sobering milestone in the 168-day nightmare being endured by our sister, BG. We remain heartbroken for her as we have every day for nearly 6 months. We remain grateful to and confident in the public servants working every day to return her to her family and us. We remain faithful the administration will do what it takes to end her wrongful detention. We are inspired every day by BG's strength, and we are steadfastly committed to keeping her top of mind publicly until she is safely back on American soil. We will not allow her to be forgotten. We are BG. I want to send my thoughts and prayers to her wife, Sherelle, as well. She was sentenced to 9.5 years. And it's just disgusting. It's sickening. But it's really sad that she is a pawn in a political game. And I do hope the administration does its job to bring not just her home, but the other American detainees as well. I think it's also very disgusting that we have people on social media that are showing their true colors. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I really pray for Brittany's safe safe return safely. I pray for that. This is just disgusting. It's sick. 9.5 years makes no sense. But I'm hopeful that this current administration does its job and brings her home. Welcome to Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast. This is Season 9, Episode 20. This episode, we're recapping the Washington Mystics versus the Las Vegas Aces, excuse me. We played them Tuesday night. Before I get into that, I got another video coming out. One with the Hall of Fame game. Football is back. Yay. And then recapping the trade deadline for Major League Baseball. It was over as officially of Monday. Some last minute trades did happen. So be tuned in for that. Excuse me. Washington Mystics beat the Las Vegas Aces 83-73. The playoffs won't begin for another 2 weeks. After playing a weekend series of back-to-back games in the Las Vegas on Tuesday, La Chicago, Sky Friday. Every game for the Mystics matters in terms of position and seeding. They were the 4th seed as of Tuesday night, but Seattle won last night, and they're now the 4th seed. We're back right where we started with the 5th seed. So, because Seattle holds a tiebreaker. Before I actually get into the game, I'm actually going to start off with some pregame clips from Coach Hammond and Coach T in terms of their game plan for the Mystics versus the Aces. So here's Coach Hammond with her pregame nuggets.
Reek wireless again.
Can't hear him.
All right, Christos, we can't hear you, so let's close it out with Nathan. Make it a good one. This is what the press conference is going to be remembered for.
Hey, Coach Hammond, how are you?
Good.
The last time you saw the Washington Mystics, you lost in overtime. What are some of the things, without giving your secret formula, did you see in your film study and hope to see in the game tonight?
I think we're a little bit of a different team than we were back in June. I think they're a little bit of a different team than they were back in June. I don't think, in a lot of ways, either of these teams have seen each other fully healthy in ways. For us, Jackie Young was just coming back in that second game. Cloud didn't play in the first game. So there's a lot of moving parts. But just what I alluded to earlier, it's about our defensive execution. Going back to that last game, though, I thought down the stretch, we could have done some things better, and hopefully we'll do those things. But like you said, I'm not giving away my secret sauce. So
last one for me is this road trip. What has been the message, and how have you guys kept the focus on this road trip so far?
All defense. That's it. 40 minutes a D.
And that was Coach Hammond with the pregame. Coach T is up next. Play in your favor as we get ready for playoffs.
I don't know at this point whether it does or doesn't. I mean, we're above 500 on the road. It's right now it's an every other game situation. So I don't even think our team has even thought about it in those terms at all, about home and road. I think that we have, 5 games that mean something at the moment. We don't know if they'll mean something when you get to the last weekend, but they do. And I think even in the last weekend, regardless, you want to go into the playoffs with momentum. If I had my druthers, I'd like my team to win every game out right now. But right now it's focused on tonight, and we haven't none of our staff or players have even mentioned about anything beyond today right now.
I asked Coach Hammond in the pregame for her. The last 2 times we saw Las Vegas, we didn't have Natasha and Elizabeth, and they were still at full strength. Now with both teams at full strength, how do you think that's going to be the factor for tonight?
I really don't know. I mean, it's supposedly the best defense against the best offense, and yet I thought last time, for a good portion of the game, we were actually the better offensive team, and they got back in the game a little bit with their defense. So I don't know. I mean, I quit trying to predict how some of these games will come out. I know what's important to us and what we talk to our players about, but it's not anything I'm going to share any secrets about what we think is, A, B, or C that we have to do. It's clear everybody knows that they like to run, and we need to stop them from running. Every night, if we're going to be good, we have to keep people from getting second shots. I think when you play them, you see all the shooters that they have, but in many ways, if you can control the paint, you can control the game, because they don't get the kickouts for penetration threes that they would get some other teams. We held them, I think, last time to like 30 points in the paint, which is the kind of a good benchmark for us.
And the Washington Mystics did just that. First half, really the first quarter, was very, very subpar from the Washington Mystics. The fact that, looking at this box score, to shoot 31% as a cohesive unit, and then to shoot 16% from the field, that was very, very looking like it was going to be one interesting game. Now, the second quarter, that's when things looked better. Just really quick, the first quarter, Asia Wilson, the first 4 shots she took, she had 6 of their first quarter points. Kelsey Plum extended her streak with at least 1 or more threes in the game. I think that's 38 games so far. In the second quarter, was 41-39. The Aces were up by 7. The Washington Mystics did go on an 11-8 run. To close out the quarter, the Washington Mystics shot 58%, 59%, I'll round that up, to the feet from in the field. Chelsea Gray led all scores in the second quarter with just 8 points, which was a very, very interesting statistic. Washington issued better from three. But the second half, I feel like it was a tale of two halves, in my honest opinion. That's when things really, really changed. The third quarter, I thought that's when things started to look a little different. At one point, it was a 9-2 run. We were up 54-48. And then Vegas retook the lead with an 8-0 run. We closed up that third quarter with an 8-0 run ourselves. We shot 55% from the field, if I remember correctly. And compared to Las Vegas, they shot a measly 33%. If you told me today that Tuesday was the first time since 2018 we swept the Las Vegas Aces, and this was the same Aces team that I still have going to the finals, the fact that the Las Vegas Aces only scored 32 points in that second half, and we used an 11-0 run to beat them, I have questions about the Las Vegas Aces. The box score does not reflect what we thought they were at the beginning of the season, where they started off 9-1. Your leading scorer was Asia Wilson. Then it was Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young. When your starting five, four of your starting five are close to the negative teens, that means you're doing something wrong.
These are legitimate questions. I don't have answers. I'm starving for answers. I'm starving for them because I don't have them. I'm so disgusted because I got to be out there at that game this Saturday. I got to see this. Inquiring minds want to know why. I truly do want to know why.
The fact that your starting five, which has been pretty much nothing has changed with it. Dearica Hamby, I know that she's a defensive first forward, but you can't. I can't. There's no way there should be a donut under the box score under points. That just can't happen. You got to give me something offensively. And then the bench. The fact that Kia Stokes and Raquan Williams played the most minutes, and you only can contribute 5 measly points as a bench, that's not going to win That's not going to help you win basketball games.
I mean, this is some bad stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I just don't know. This is ridiculous. Oh, Lord.
I'm not totally off the wagon for the Aces, but I'm in the air because I get where Coach Hammond is talking about in terms of defense, 40 minutes of defense. But what happened to the offense? That's the question. I think that's the $1 million question. What happened to this offense? Because I feel like, we're going against the one-ranked defense, but the pace, it just looked really, really weird to me Tuesday night. And they've been playing really well in this road trip. Example, Elena Deladon had 5 points, and most of the defense was focused on her. But she had 11 rebounds and 5 assists. I don't know out of the other 11 teams where their franchise and star player would take on a role as a decoy and sacrifice for the others to get open shots. I don't know too many other stars on the other 11 teams that would do that for their teams. That's what a championship team looks like. That's a championship mentality. And I was really proud to see that Tuesday night. Shakira Austin, let me make sure she gets her flowers too. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Most did a good job, I will say, on Asia Wilson. Just a fun fact, she's now faced 3 MVPs. Tina Charles, Sylvia Fowles, and Asia Wilson. Very aggressive on both ends playing aggressively on both ends of the floor. Had a couple and ones. Shakira Austin should be considered Rookie of the Year.
Guaranteed.
I think she's doing more for her team. I feel like Atlanta's just kind of starting to slow kind of the momentum there. Again, I think even though Ryan Howard's going to get Rookie of the Year because, again, we didn't see no one pictured what Atlanta would be this year compared to the season he had last year. But I feel like Shakira Austin, the year that she's having on this team, a team where everybody was like, well, can Elena Delle Donne play basketball again? What's this Mystic team going to look like? Really, really have silenced the doubters. But as far as this game goes, it was really a tale of two halves. I just don't think you're going to win basketball games where your leading scorer was Asia Wilson with 22 points, your bench had 5 points, and then as a cohesive unit offensively, you shot 33%. That's not going to win you basketball games.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all getting on my damn nerves. What the hell is going on? Wake the hell up. You're a below average team, damn it. I'm sitting there making bets talking about how after the year y'all had last year, what the hell is wrong with y'all? You ain't that damn good. Stop acting like it. Play together. Play team ball. Figure it out.
I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. And I'm ticked off. It don't make any sense. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And something needs to be done about it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So, I mean, other than that, I think Las Vegas will get it together. That's just very disappointing to see. Very, very disappointing. And the fact that we won this game without Elena playing at her best, I think, again, I've been trying to get it across, like, this team can win games without Elena. They're capable of doing it. So I'm just proud that it was a team win. Now we play Chicago Friday. And we got to see him and Meeseman, Candace Parker, Vandersloot, Van Quigley, and Kalia Copper, Azrae Stevens. That should be an interesting matchup. The front court is going to be the key to me. You just got to take Chicago's pace away. I know they like to get on the fast break, shoot the three, and also too, you cannot turn the ball over like you can't turn the ball over against a team like Chicago, like Seattle. They're very lengthy on the perimeter, and they've got shooters. I mean, pretty much anyone can shoot. Their transition too, you got to control that as well. So I'm really, really excited to see what this Mystic team is going to look like. I still think they're going to finish a top 3 team in the league. I'm not sold on Connecticut right now. They're showing me that they are a playoff team, not championship material. I don't see it with Connecticut. I need to see really something from these next few games. But other than that, I don't see it with Connecticut right now as being the team to go to the championship right now. Really quick, I'm just going to play some post game from Coach Hammond and Coach T, and then we're out of here, and you're going to see the next video in a couple minutes. Oh, wait.
Recording in progress.
All right, Coach, want to go ahead and start with an open statement?
Obviously a grind out game for us. I thought overall we played defense in spots. We did a nice job on Delle Donne, but I thought their role players did a nice job of punishing and just reading the defense. That 25 assists on 31 field goals, that's really moving the ball.
Carry the
And just
hell
making the right
on.
reads. And I thought anything that we attempted to do, they just shared the ball and made us pay a little bit. Offensively, I just thought, they got a couple really elite defenders, especially on-ball defenders with Clark and Cloud. And I thought they just took us out of our stuff, and the ball just didn't move the way that we needed it to. Very rarely did we get to the second side. So we go try to regroup. Still got a couple games on this road trip, but a little bit of everything on that. But a lot of it is giving their defense credit, and then offensively, us not working for a great one. Even the shots that we did make, I thought they were heavily contested. So we got to look at it a little bit and figure out ways to score when it's rough and tough. I thought that was very much a playoff type atmosphere, very physical game. And we got to learn how to play through that and figure out how to be successful when the game gets like that.
That was Coach Hammond, and then Coach T, and take us out.
That might be, over the course of the season, one of our best defensive halves that you could possibly play against a team that scores like that. I think it was 32 points in the second half. And, we talked with our players too, not everything's going right. Tosh is frustrated, not making shots in the first half. And, I told her that's why there's two halves. You got a chance to right the ship. Elena Deladon was tired, didn't have it as far as her legs today. Just, she's played a lot of minutes lately. And yet, for all of that, she's a plus 23. She has the biggest plus minus on the court because she facilitated everybody else tonight. She saw all the double teams. She found people. She had 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and Maisha gets wide open threes because they put so much attention on Elena, and she's unselfish and doesn't force and gives it up. And I thought she could have got to the free throw line a couple more times on some of those. But we're starting to get a feel for what full team basketball is like when you play against teams that take certain things away from you. So did I answer a couple questions that way?
And then here's my question.
Hey, Coach, good win tonight.
Thank you.
The bench outscored the Aces 22-5. Is 20 or more points the magic number for the bench?
I don't have a magic number. I just like the fact that we outscored them. I mean, when you play Las Vegas, a lot of times their bench isn't going to score a lot anyway. They rely on their starters for a lot. I thought that one of the keys for us that we talked about is when Rakana Williams checks in the game, that don't let her get started early. And I thought we pressured her and made her take some tough shots, and they really didn't come back to her much in the second half. And our bench, is used to playing a lot more minutes. I mean, they play. I mean, Shatori and Maisha and Rui and Elizabeth, they know they're going to play every night. And they know that we count on them. And I think that helps a player's confidence.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
Yep.
So, I'm not going to play the rest of the post game. It was kind of buck wild in there when Natasha Cloud, Shakira Awesome, make sure I tell a shot to them. They know how to really make a post game after a win very lively. So, other than that, some other quick nuggets. We're now 8-1 in the season when we commit 10 or less turnovers on the year. The 25 assists that we had, that's our season high. Shakira Austin has now tied with Muriel Page for 5 more rebounds in the 25 games that she has played. And that's the most rebounds she's had so far in this as a rookie this year. Natasha Cloud, has 5 more assists in the 27 games so far, league leading. Other than that, Ariel Atkins has 10 or more points. That's tied with Kelsey Plum. So other than that, great win for the Washington Mystics. It's going to be an interesting matchup Friday. Like I said, I gave those keys. I think that Washington can beat the Chicago Sky. I'm going to say 85-79.
Guaranteed.
Also, really quick, I know I'm behind on the rankings. Really quick, the Indiana Fever. We'll start off with the number 12 spot. I really can't really speak on really much how bad they are as a team. I get it. They are a young team without 5 rookies. I get it. New York. And then if I had to put another team there, Dallas, I feel like they've struggled, but they're starting to pick it up a little bit. New York, Phoenix. I'll put Atlanta at 8. Atlanta at 9, Phoenix at 8. Minnesota's been picking it up. Los Angeles, I'll say they'll go down a couple spots. Connecticut, I'd say I have them actually going down to where I had them, the 4th? No, that number 2. I had them at 5. And then it's Las Vegas. It's Connecticut at 5. Seattle at 4. Washington at 3. Las Vegas at 2. And then Chicago at 1. That's how I have the rankings. Other than that, it's been a really interesting week. But it looks like the Indiana Fever will not move from that 12 spot because, yeah. And then also to add more salt to the wound, Kelsey Mitchell is out for the rest of the year.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
So that's going to conclude the episode of this podcast. Closing message again. Thoughts and prayers to Brittany Griner. Disgusting. 9.5 years. I know people, again, what I've seen on social media today, it's very disgusting. And it really is. I pray for her wife. Just pray for the family. And more importantly, she will be home soon. But until then, check on loved ones. Be safe out here. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Enjoy the rest of your day. You'll go see another episode in a couple of minutes. Stay up.
But I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. Thanks for the kind words. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Nate Sports Talk. If you enjoyed that episode and you want to see more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bring your sports game on Big Nate Sports Talk.